4.
During this time, I gradually discovered that the village had a place for sending and receiving packages. This is probably the fastest way for me to learn the address. For over a year, I didn't even know where I was. But every time I pretended to approach that area, someone would come over to talk to me, and Boris would warn me that evening to stay away from the village entrance. So, I turned my attention to village chief, Victor's daughter. She received more packages than anyone else in the village, 1 or 2 each month. But the children here had been sternly warned by their parents not to speak to outsiders like us, so I had almost no chance to get close to her. One day, she walked past my door. "Daisy, watch your step. The path is slippery." It had rained the night before, so I called out to her from a distance. Clearly startled by my voice, she hurried off. After that, I pretended to run into her a few more times and tried talking to her. She rarely responded. I noticed Daisy loved wearing dresses, but perhaps because her mother had passed away early, the ribbons around her waist were always tied in messy, stubborn knots, and her hair was tangled and unkempt. One day, I intentionally wore a dress with a ribbon across the chest, tied into a lovely bow. Back when I worked on the factory assembly line, my coworkers used to say I had the quickest hands. If I hadn't chased that foolish dream of becoming an actress, I'd probably still be working alongside my friends. Back then, I thought it was hard labor. Now I realize I never appreciated how fortunate I was. When I saw Daisy walking by, I tried again. "Daisy, let me tie a bow for you." She glanced at the ribbon on my chest, hesitated for a moment, then walked toward me. Girls of 14 or 15 are at that age when they care deeply about their appearance. My eyes kept darting toward the address on the package, committing it to memory. Before Daisy had gone far, Boris returned home, his expression full of suspicion. "What did you say to her?" "Not much, just helped her with the ribbon." I gestured to the bow on my dress, then slipped my arm through his. "Sweetheart, this dress you picked out is lovely. When we have a daughter someday, I'll make sure she always looks beautiful too." Clearly pleased by my words, he scratched his head, a mischievous grin spreading across his face. "Let's have a son first." I rolled my eyes inwardly. "Keep dreaming. Your legacy ends with you." After that day, Daisy would occasionally ask me to fix her hair when she passed by my house. Boris and his mother grew used to it. Besides, getting closer to Victor's family wasn't a bad thing. Compared to most families in the village, Victor spoiled his daughter. They had a computer at home, could shop online, and she had even gone into town with her father. But she still had no chance to study. In 2 more years, she would be married off to the son of the village's only educated man, the veterinarian. The days dragged on in agony, but Daisy only received packages. She never sent any. Just as I was still figuring out how to proceed, terrible news about Luna spread through the village. She passed away, leaving behind an infant son. Luna's funeral was simple, but Boris's mom said that if she hadn't given them a son, there wouldn't have been a funeral at all. Luna died on her way back to the village after giving birth. She jumped from the tractor and died instantly. I could almost feel her despair. She had pinned all her hopes on going to the city to give birth. The family who purchased her was relatively well off in the village. Worried that something might happen to the child, they had taken Luna to town specifically for the birth. She must have pleaded with the doctors and nurses, begged the taxi driver Derek, and implored every stranger she encountered. But in a small town like this, Everyone knew about such local matters and often took part in them. No one would risk upsetting their neighbors for the sake of an outsider. Luna must have felt completely trapped before choosing to end her life. She couldn't even wait until the tractor reached the village. That village entrance, dark as a black hole, had swallowed her young life. After the funeral, I knew I had to act fast. I couldn't let myself become another Luna. Finally, an opportunity presented itself. "Hey, could you help me tie this right?" Daisy walked toward me, crying, holding an exquisite Barbie doll. The ribbon on its dress had come undone, and the packaging box lay beside her. "What's wrong?" "My dad says we already have too many at home and wants me to take it back." Daisy's voice was still choked with tears, sounding deeply reluctant. "Return it? That would mean sending this package out." While comforting her, I helped her tie the ribbon and then offered to seal the box for her. The girl, unsuspecting, happily agreed. Inside, I was tense and ecstatic. I could even feel my temples throbbing wildly. That night I was distracted. Boris, getting no response from me, finished quickly. I calculated the delivery time for the package, and I thought there should have been a response by now. But as the days passed, no rescuers arrived. Instead, I was locked up once again.